For whatever reason, Republicans, get your life together. This should
countries where the very young and the very old are not safe, that is a dictatorship, a tyranny, authoritarian, whatever you want to call it. But those two groups, when there are no protections for those two groups, that country is dissolving.
Yeah. It's sick. But this just goes to the moral depravity, and decay we have going on in our country. We now live in a country where they are godless, they lack morality, and this is the left. Yeah. This is the left. So I want to start this segment off with The View. This is our counter segment of the Counter View.
It's hard.
You're cute and submissive.
It's hard. I am a man repellent. It's hard. Because all I do is go to gay events and drag shows and
anything to make a buck, save a buck. Anything to make a buck.
It's hard.
All right, so this is our counter view segment. I want you guys to take a look. This is The View talking about the issue of abortion. Particularly, this is Alyssa, the so-called conservative on The View, and she's talking about it. This is clip number 1.
Because Pence does reflect where a lot of Christians and Catholics are on this issue, which is immovable. But that's a small minority that I believe will come back to Trump. Where Trump knows abortion hurts him is with moderates and centrist Republicans. I can speak from personal experience. I have my personal convictions about abortion. I don't believe I would personally get one. But Republicans are like the dog that caught the car. So now we see this tapestry of laws where you have ultra-restrictive laws like Texas, where even a woman who wanted to have a baby could nearly lost her life and nearly lost her fertility because we can't get our hands around what a compromise on this issue that allows some access and protects the life of the mother. It is a major, major loser for Republicans. Yep. And Trump oddly recognizes that. This is one of the weird ones where he has a good political instinct on it. I just don't know how he runs away from it because he is on tape saying, I am responsible for taking down Roe. Right. It's a gift to the Democrats, but Democrats can't make it the only thing they're running on. They've got to talk border. They've got to talk economy. They've got to talk about...
Economy's good.
Well, and they need to be promoting that because abortion cannot be a singular unifying issue for the country. There's so much more that...
Okay, she is so annoying. She's supposed to be the conservative on the show. She never says anything conservative. Never. You heard what she said when they were when I think Joy said the economy is doing good. Well, yeah, they need to talk. No, the economy is not doing good compared to when Trump was in office, and she doesn't even push back against it. She makes me sick. I despise her. I dislike her more than I dislike the other ones on there because she's supposed to be the conservative and she's a fraud. Anyway, I want to get your thoughts on this, Shelley. And they're talking particularly about Trump's statement he came out with, I think it was earlier this week or last week, where he said on the abortion issue, he's leaving it up to the states. He's not going to address it federally. It's going to be a state-by-state issue. Yeah. He did, however, say that, his heart is with the children. He is pro-life, but it will be a state-to-state issue. However, they on The View and it is starting to, people are saying this is going to be a sticking point for him in the election.
All right, a couple things here. Number one, Trump is absolutely right. This is a state issue, and Arizona and any other state, they're working it out. That's the people of that state. They're going to figure it out. That's number one. Number two, I think I said this on Monday. Any woman in any state, you are free to go to any state in America to have your baby sucked down a sink. You are. I mean, unfortunately, you are able to do that. That's number two. Number three, it will be an issue. The Democrats will make it an issue. They always use this as an issue, so that's nothing new. Where the Republicans need to stand on is just what Trump did. Even if they are upset with Trump, he put 3 pro-life Supreme Court justices in place. They did take down Roe. They took it down because it should never have been on the federal level anyway. So they put it back where it belonged. So he did that. His actions are speaking louder. He can be pro-life or maybe he's not. He says he is, that's fine. But his actions speak louder. He's leaving it alone. That's what we need to do. We need to just stand on the principles. It belongs in the state level. That's it. And you can talk to us one-on-one, and some woman who may be considering abortion, you can talk to us and we will talk to you. But as a federal law, Trump was right. It's the states' rights that matter.
Yeah, Crystal, and when I want to get your perspective, not talking to Republicans, talking to independents and maybe some left, right-leaning Democrats who may be considering Trump but have an issue about the abortion. What would you say to them?
Well, when you said that she's annoying, like I'm really starting to get annoyed with this abortion issue and what the media is making it. Like, I speak to independents and I speak to Democrats every single day, you guys. This is not an issue that anybody cares deeply about. It's just not. But when you have this fake and phony media shoving it down your throat because they cannot speak on the issues. Like, no one wants an abortion. You usually want an abortion when you can't afford to live.
Right.
And that's the problem. Nobody wants an abortion. Of course, there are times where, the life of the mother, he said that was an exception. Or if, you were rape, incest, and things like that. I am completely pro-life. But most people are in a situation, the majority of abortions, they're in a situation where they cannot take care of the child. They have not been set up for success. And if we can handle that issue, I believe that the independents and Democrats, you need to focus on that. Like Shelley said, how much did your grocery bill cost? You can't afford diapers. You can't afford anything because you either A, can't get a job, you don't have a good education. Like, those are the issues. You're making about a life that's growing inside of you that every woman who has had a baby knows that they immediately love and they don't know why. You immediately are in love with this human being and they are trying to convince you that that's the issue, and that is not the issue.
But I have to push back on you ladies. I do, because we did see the data supports that in the midterm elections, even in some of these state congressional elections, the exit polls showed that women have an issue with Republicans on abortion. It's not even a debate. These independents and these right-leaning Democrats, women have an issue with abortion. They feel like, that they don't want the government, as they say, in their doctor's office.
No, I agree with you. I do think it's an issue with women, but I also don't think that the media breaks down the demographics. There's not the most women. It's certain demographics. Usually it's younger women, college-educated women, single women who have this issue more so than other women. So I think they will use it. Don't get me wrong. The Democrats, different states will make it an issue. We need to be smart. Why don't we tell them the truth? To say what abortion really does, what it is. Get women out. Republicans, we need to be, I don't know if you want to call it what you said the other day, a little bit more creative, I think.
Yes.
We do.
We can't control the message.
Stop reacting and just be proactive to them. Tell them the truth what abortion is. It's not, it is taking a life, and the states do have that right to regulate within their states. We just got to be honest, and then if we're honest, we're doing all that we can do. That's all we can do.
Yeah, and I do believe that it's a messaging thing. I mean, seriously, because I know women. I've been a woman for 40 years. Like, I have had abortions, and nobody walking into the abortion clinic, if they knew the truth, is like, oh yeah, forget about this thing. Like, you have to be completely inhumane. But what the media does is manipulate you and shove it down your throat. Oh, look what they did. They took away your right. They took away your right. And for some reason, the Republicans have not figured out or gotten creative to say, hey, you don't have a right to do this.
Yeah. And not only that, but I think what Republicans need to do as far as messaging, I agree with you both ladies on that, is talk about what the Democrats want to do. It's not just this rape and incest. Democrats literally want to infanticide. Right. They want abortions up until a birth.
That's a fact.
And it is a fact. And there are video upon video of women on the left talking about their abortions, shouting their abortions, even Letitia James in New York City. She wears it as a badge of honor, talking about how she was so proud to walk down to Planned Parenthood and abort her baby.
Be able to get an abortion if they want to. And for some people, that is full term.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs that she is about to give a birth. would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified?
My bill would allow that, yes.
Do you believe that a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy up until the moment of birth?
Look, I think that happens very, very rarely. But at the end of the day, I believe that the decision over abortion belongs to a woman and a physician.
And I chose to have an abortion. I walked proudly into Planned Parenthood.
Proudly.
I wouldn't have been able to do this without employing a woman's right to choose.
And I have all of this, all of it, because I was allowed bodily autonomy at 15. I will never stop talking about my abortion.
Baby. I mean, and they talk about this. They feel like there should be no exceptions up until birth.
You're right.
That's crazy.
They do think that, and they do. I believe that.
Yes.
And we have proof. Not only do we have the proof that you're talking about, which is way far worse, but we've had 50-something years of Roe v. Wade, where safe, legal, and rare turned into unsafe. Make it do however you want and as much as you want. So that's went out the window. So you're right about that. But again, our messaging, the Republicans, conservatives, independents even, we need to just be honest. No, be honest, have that creative messaging or whatever you want to call it, and tell the people the truth.
Yeah, and like you said, they're telling us right in front of our face. The View, we watched Whoopi Goldberg, and for whatever reason, Republicans, get your life together. This should be on the front page news of every single media. She said,
I want to make sure that if you decide this is what you need to do, I'm going to get behind you because I don't know your life. And if you say this is what you need, that's what I'm going to do. 50 weeks, 75,000 weeks, whatever, how many weeks, it's nobody's business. It's you, your doctor, and God.
That means that she will abort a 40-week-old, she approves of aborting a 40-week-old baby, meaning it's your problem. She said it last 2 days ago. She said it, and that should be on the front page of everything. She said, I don't care if it's week 7,500. And the fact that y'all would not accept me walking into your house and you ask me, I just had a baby. And you ask me, hey, what happened to your baby? And I say, you know what? I just couldn't take care of it. And I just put it in the garbage can. Y'all would put me in jail. Right. And so the fact that they want to abort, and that's what President Trump has said, you can't be out here killing 5-month-old babies. You can't do that.
Yeah. It's sick. But this just goes to the moral depravity, and decay we have going on in our country. And the Constitution wasn't set up for that. The Constitution was set up for a moral people. We now live in a country where they are godless, they lack morality, and this is the left. Yeah. This is the left. Yep. And it's not just the fringe. It appears to be a growing faction on the left that think this way. And again,
5.
God killed his son. Why can't I? God murdered his son on that piece of shit wood. Come outside.
Oh. What is that, first of all?
Right. We actually met her.
We saw this woman.
We saw her
at the devil.
Right.
And she was crazy then.
The mandate. Yep. She was doing the exact same thing. She was out supporting abortion. She was dressed. This was like what, January?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, January.
Clothes on.
So look, I'm sorry.
Her breasts were hanging out.
These are the extremes we're talking about. These people can't be this crazy.
Like, no, these people are. These people are, but they are the extremes.
But I mean, the people who support abortion and pro-choice, they can't all be this crazy. Like,
see, how many people have come out against this woman or any of these people? How many times have we seen people in the Democrat Party say don't want anything to do with this part of their party? Zero. They are them. They are them. These are the people on the front line at these abortion rallies going to Supreme Court justices' homes. Yes, this is an abortion protest, pro-choice protest. This woman is out there protesting.
This was the same lady. She was homeless and crazy, and you know,
we saw her. After she did all this at the Defeat the Mandate.
And you know what? When I saw her, I actually thought at first that she was anti-abortion because I thought that she was doing like a stunt, like to show, like to do like a.
She's also on drugs, guys.
Like I thought that she was gonna, she was showing how terrible abortion is, and like that's what I thought at first because I couldn't believe that this is a supporter of abortion. Like
this reminds me of a black person being a minstrel again. She's being used to entertain, to degrade herself, to just look stupid. I think something is wrong with her, but she's like a black minstrel for the wrong.
I can't take her as a logical person. I can't even take her seriously. Like
exactly.
I'm not even going to put it on her being a left here. I'm going to put it on her having a mental issue or mental issues and on drugs because
she is not.
She knows where she is. She knows.
The only thing she on is demon. Only thing she on is demon. That's the only thing she on. Okay, the woman, she did all this at the Defeat the Mandates rally. Then I saw her at the end. She put on a coat. She was with some guy, some white guy, and they walked away like they had all the sense in the world. They were talking to each other. She was eating. She was calm. She was at the end of the rally. She was walking away. This woman is doing this, and she's part of the pro-choice movement. And I have not heard any leftist people, Democrats, pro-choice disavow her.
And again, you can go to video after video on YouTube and find actually pretty prominent women talking about their abortions and wanting to abort these babies. It's a badge of honor. And it's sick. It's sick. But this is what happens. They always talk about, reparations and the way people are living and life and things like that. When you live in a country where they do not care, the unsafest place is a baby in the womb. They do not value that life. What do you think they're going to do when you become, as they feel, useless?
Yep, right.
Exactly.
Right. Well, actually, KJ, in demography, in the field that I studied, when you look at history, in countries where the very young and the very old are not safe, that is a dictatorship, a tyranny, authoritarian, whatever you want to call it. But those two groups, when there are no protections for those two groups, that country is dissolving.
Abortion, what exactly do you do to have the abortion?
You go to the doctor and they put this little straw inside of your cervix and then inside of your uterus, and then they just suck the pregnancy out. And it was like a crappy dentist appointment or something. It was just like, this is like a body thing that's kind of uncomfortable. But then it was over and I felt really just grateful that I wasn't pregnant anymore.
First of all, she's lying. Suck the pregnancy out? What does that mean? You mean suck out the fetus? Suck the baby out? You see how the devil is tricky. You see how they try to twist stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We want to move right on, and kind of along these lines is